name is Aua Balde, and I am the chair rapporteur of the UN Working Group on Enforced and Involuntary Disappearances. And I am also the African member of the working group. The International Day for the Victims of Enforced Disappearances is an important reminder to all of us that the fight against enforced disappearances is the responsibility of us as a community, as each and every one of us as individuals. It's also a time of the year where we honor the victims of enforced disappearances, their relatives, and we remind the governments of their responsibility before the victims. Enforced disappearances happen when people are abducted or are arrested or are by state agents or with the knowledge of accusations of state agents and are placed outside of the law, and therefore their whereabouts and fate remains unknown to everyone. One of the main challenges with enforced disappearances is exactly because it's committed by state, and therefore it places the victims at a situation of further vulnerability. If you think that when someone disappears, when a rights is violated, usually what we normally do as citizens is to resort to state institutions to seek redress for the violations of those rights. In the case of enforced disappearance, the challenge starts exactly there, because those who are committing the acts are state agents. So the victims then is in a situation where you basically do not have anywhere else to resort to in order to solve the problem or to file a complaint or to be able to seek your rights. The impact of enforced disappearance is significant, not only to the person who has disappeared, but also to their relatives, to the community where they belong, and to the wider society. In fact, when someone disappears, the immediate family is also impacted in the sense that most of those who disappear, according to our own data in the working group, are men who usually are the breadwinner. So women are left to take care of the children. It has an impact on the education of the children, in the family lives, in right to health, and all of that. In addition to it, for instance, when someone, usually those who are disappeared, they are leaders in their communities, they are human rights defenders, they are journalists, they stand for public causes. So when someone is disappeared, it provokes a chilling effect in the society, and it instills fear and prevents other people from coming forward and defending the same rights. The challenges are multiple. To begin with, when the impact, one of the challenges with enforced disappearance is that, given the nature of the crime, enforced disappearance is practiced by state agents or with the knowledge and accusations of state agents. Therefore, it means that it places the victims at a higher risk of vulnerability. Well, states have obligations under international law. Even the states that have not ratified the convention are obliged to not practice enforced disappearance. Under the declaration, which it's a guiding document that guides the work of the working group. But beyond that, the state has the responsibility to investigate and to investigate and to prosecute perpetrators of enforced disappearances. The state should provide answers on the fate and whereabouts of those disappeared to their families and to their communities, and it also should make sure to provide for redress and reparation to the victims of enforced disappearances. For the society at large, including, for instance, the CSOs, civil society organizations play a significant role in the overall protection and promotion of human rights, including on the fight against enforced disappearances. They usually are the first door that victims of enforced disappearances would knock to seek for assistance. So they are usually the one that guide the victims of enforced disappearances through the different human rights mechanisms that are out there, including, for instance, they have played a significant role in assisting victims to reach out to the working group to be able to file a claim with us, to be able to follow up and to assist them in seeking for their rights. So I would only encourage civil society organizations to continue to play that role, to continue to assist the victims of enforced disappearance as this crime, as this phenomenon continue to take place in different parts of the world. The ratification of the convention comes with an obligation, because once a state ratifies a convention, then it becomes obliged to comply with the provisions within the convention, and including, for instance, by adopting comprehensive domestic legislation in compliance with international human rights standards, for instance, including by criminalizing enforced disappearance domestically. It's also important when states ratify, because they are signaling what's their commitment toward the fights against enforced disappearances that are committed before their peers, before their citizens, to fight against enforced disappearance, to not commit enforced disappearance, and also to assist and to make sure that the rights of the victims are respected. We play a role in the fight against enforced disappearance. We can assist families. We can make sure to raise our voice towards the victims, in assistance of the victims. We can, as we have seen in different parts of the world, people who join the fight against enforced disappearance. So I think this is something that, as we move forward as a community, we should be reminded that when a crime of enforced disappearance happens, it's the responsibility of all of us, and we should all join forces toward the fight in this crime. And my hope is that at this moment, for instance, not many countries have ratified the convention, and I hope soon there will be universal ratification of the convention, and that those who are not aware of this crime, that they become aware and that they continue to assist the victims.